All right, so today I have for you some strawberry biscuits drizzled in some vanilla icing. All right, so today, y'all, we're making some strawberry biscuits. So let's get started. All right, we're gonna start off with 2 cups of flour. I'm using 1/4 cup of sugar. Next is 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 6 tablespoons of butter, and then I'm using 1/2 cup of strawberries, fresh strawberries, and 3/4 cup of buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, you can use milk, and if you have vinegar, you'll add like a teaspoon of vinegar to it. So I'm gonna start by adding my flour to the bowl and also adding the butter. And then the next thing that I do, I like to do it with my hands. So I'm just gonna make sure that I blend and get that butter and flour meshed well together. So I'm just trying to get it in there good. Then the next thing, this is pretty much what you wanna get your texture to look like until you can't see any of your butter anymore, basically. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna add is my sugar and the baking powder. And then what I'm going to do is just mix those together with my hands to make sure that they're combined before I add the wet ingredient, which is the milk. All right, and you see me flatten it with my hands, and then I have a cup that I'm gonna use in order to make my biscuits, to form them in the biscuit shape. You can use a biscuit cutter if you have one. I don't have one, I gotta get one, so I just use the cup. And basically you're just gonna continue to do it until you've used up all the dough. So and you guys, it is a little sticky, so you just want to add a little flour to it. Not a lot of flour, just a little bit. And you want to make sure that you don't over knead the dough, because you want your biscuits to be light and fluffy, not hard like scones, okay? So I'm basically just gonna continue to do this until I've used up all the dough. And then I'm gonna put it in a baking pan and bake it at 350. I baked it for about 20 to 25 minutes, but you just wanna watch it to make sure that it's golden brown, okay? All right, so this is what they look like before I put them in the oven. And once again, I put them in at 350 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes. And this is what they look like straight out of the oven, you guys. They look so good. Don't they look good? So what I decided to do was to put a little bit of icing, and this is just some icing that you would use to put on a pound cake. I'm gonna drizzle that over my biscuits, you guys. Look at those biscuits. Don't they look good? Oh, they look so good. So you can add as little or as much of those strawberries that you want to add. Just all depends on you. But you guys, they smell so good. Ooh. And I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of that on top of those biscuits. Y'all, I'm telling you, these are so good. You don't even need nothing else to eat them with. You can just eat them straight like this, you guys. They're so good. Now you can add honey to this too. If you want to add honey, you don't have to add that. The vanilla frosting that I added to it. But look at this. Watch this. Light and fluffy. Do you see that? These are some good biscuits, y'all. Light and fluffy. I'm telling you. All right, so let me show you the other one. I got to show you one more time. Look at this biscuit. Light and fluffy. Look at it. Look at that. Look at those strawberries. Ooh, look like jam, y'all. This is good.